I'm Hayden Schuster, and this is my second interview for my capstone project. So, what is your first and last name?
First name's Reed Gerber. So
Gotcha. What company do you work for?
open architecture.
Gotcha. How long have you worked for this company?
About a year and a half now.
What position do you hold?
I'm a project coordinator.
What are your responsibilities?
Really varies. Basically, supporting any projects that we have out in the field. I particularly specialize with one of our clients, who's our largest client. So I do most of my work for them, which is a little bit more engineering focused architecture, but I do a lot of rendering in my position, as well as I run the 3D printing lab.
What education/training was necessary for this job?
Quite a bit, actually. So in high school, I specialized in architecture and engineering. At my high school, that was something they kind of had in particular. After that, I did my undergrad at Miami University with a master's in or a bachelor's in architecture. And then I went on to graduate school to get my master's at Savannah College of Art and Design in architecture as well. And then beyond that, there's other focused training in different areas, and I'm currently taking my architectural board tests. So,
Right. What do you enjoy most about your job?
um, probably the flexibility in different projects. In my particular position here, I get to travel quite a bit overseas and stuff like that. Yeah, that's probably it.
What do you dislike most about your job?
Um, Not a whole lot of dislikes. The hours can be pretty long. I'm still here and probably will be here for a couple more hours. So yeah.
Yeah. If you could go back in time, would you choose the same career?
Um, yeah, I think so. I might have specialized in different areas, but yeah, I think I would have followed the same path.
All right. Do you manage people?
Yeah, occasionally. It depends on, we're a very small firm. We're only about 10 people. So we're highly specialized, highly focused. But we do occasionally have like interns who fall under like my jurisdiction.
All right. What are the challenges of managing people?
Um, well, it really varies project to project. Really, just keeping organized is the biggest thing. With really multifaceted, large projects, keeping up with deadlines, making sure that people's skills are allocated to the right positions.
What do you look for when hiring a future employee?
Willingness to learn is probably the biggest thing. That was every firm that I've ever worked for. That was why I got hired. Was because I was willing to invest time in learning the way that firm did things, and the ways to excel in that firm. You have to be able to be flexible and be interested in what you're doing.
Considering all the people you've met in your field, what personal attributes are essential for success?
Work ethic. Honestly, you have to be driven every day to, want to do better, do more, and you really have to be like a self-driven person. You can't necessarily constantly have somebody over your shoulder telling you what to do. It's really, you have to look for those opportunities to, further the project that you're on your own.
Yeah. Why do you think people leave this type of career?
I mean, probably similar reasons. Long hours, you have to be, like I said, self-driven. It's not something that everyone can do, especially the schooling really kind of like tends to weed people out. There's my undergraduate class started at about like 80 or so people, and by senior year, it was down to 20, 25 maybe. So it pares down itself quite a bit. And then the people that go on to get a master's degree beyond that, which is even more self-driven, it really tends to weed itself out.
All right. How does your company compare to others in the industry?
Like I said, we're a smaller firm. We are like growing pretty rapidly currently, but we are like highly, highly specialized in the work that we do, and our focus within the industry. So we do everything from, I mean, we do, it's called retail rollout, which is like stores like tire discounters or Dairy Queen, stuff like that, that are kind of just cookie cutter projects. But we also do really, really highly specialized industry work. And I have to be careful about how much I say because I can't necessarily disclose everything, but we just recently had a project at the Guggenheim Museum in New York that we did for an exhibition there. So really runs the gambit, but like I said, highly specialized.
Okay. Would this work involve any lifestyle changes such as frequent travel, late night business?
Yeah, both of those, honestly. It depending upon your position, I mean, architecture in general, those are two of the things that you expect to see, long hours especially. And it's not long hours every single night, but it fluctuates quite a bit. When a big project is coming in or coming, to an end, you can expect those long hours. And yeah, it varies, but that's probably the biggest one is, yeah, be prepared for, randomly long hours, I guess.
No. Where can I research to find up-to-date information on salaries, employers, and industry issues for this field?
Um, Probably the best resource is going to be the AIA, American Institute of Architects. They are kind of, I don't know really how to describe it. They're, an architectural association that does a lot of like setting up licensure opportunities. There's usually in every city, there's an AIA chapter that anyone can become a part of. As a high schooler, you can become a junior AIA member, and you do it all the way up. And they really will like give you as much information as you could ever want, because architectural positions vary quite a bit in salary from location to location, as well as hiring. It varies quite a bit.
How long does it take for managers to rise to the top?
Um, hmm. That really depends on the firm. It depends on two things, actually. The firm that you're working in, larger firms, it can generally take longer because they want to see that you're committed to the firm's missions. And then the second thing is to really be, for the most part, in a higher up managerial role. You're going to be a licensed architect. So you've passed all your board tests, you have a master's degree, you've done all those things. And then that's when you're approaching that assistant principalship or principalship.
How did you get your job?
Persistence, knowing people in the industry. Yeah, as I found them, it worked out well. Actually, I believe for this position, they actually had headhunters looking for people, and that was how they found me, and I found them. So,
All right. Well, that is all the questions. So thank you very much.
mhm.